not just the Southwest. Look. A rise of Hydra movement in Eastern Europe.
Are you seeing...
Holy disturbance in the Force!
Not too holy from the feel of it.
Quite the reverse.
Wake up, kid. If you're getting this, well, we gotta have us a little conversation. Ghost Rider to Ghost Rider.
I'm listening.
In person. Here, at the Mesa. And I need your pit crew too. Counting on you to bring them. So don't screw it up.
I think Blaze is feeling bad about blowing me off early.
I do not think Blaze feels much of anything.
Do you think Blaze wants to apologize?
Doubt it.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. If we don't come back with the parchment this time...
We are going to come back with the parchment, one way or another.
What do you mean something is up with Limbo? More soulless? A little more detail would be appreciated.
That's all the detail I can give. But do not worry. I'll stay behind and figure out what's going on.
Please do. And next time you sense some kind of danger with Limbo, come talk to me about it first.
Korasho Bumir.
What did you just say?
Just tell the team I will be watching over them.
Korosho Boomer. Wait, that's Russian for boomer.
Nothing to be scared of. I will be right here, looking out for everyone. Step to report.
Hear Blaze out, but don't agree to anything. Most importantly, get that page.
Don't look at me like that, Rox. Time for this story to end. One way or another.
Ghost Rider to Ghost Rider. Just like you said.
And your crew. Good. Because I got us a plan. You wanna stop that nasty mama of yours? Stick with me. And keep your traps shut.
Who in the 10 hells do you think you are?
10?
I'm the guy with the answer to your prophecy problem.
Damn!
We good now? After you.
What the hell?
Worse. Limbo.
Oh, crap. Is that...
Mephisto.
Johnny Blaze, you made it. I'm impressed.
Wait, what?
You're doing the right thing. Can't have that hunter of yours running around off-leash, can we? He's leaving you in good hands. Well, not good. You understand.
Okay, I get it. Actually, I don't. What's the plan here?
Hunter's written all over that page, kid. Further we keep him from the midnight sun, the better. And this place is further as it gets.
So, what? You dump him off in hell with the freaking devil?
Limbo with Mephisto.
There's a difference.
You do realize I can hear everything?
Bastard wants Cathan back less than we do. Count on that.
Coward. You two deserve each other.
Hate me all you want when we get home, kid. But it's the only option.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
He's got a point, Johnny. Our arrangement was for you.
Don't get cute with me, yuppie.
Oh, I'd love to see the look on his face when he gets back. But first things first. Let's see if you're worth all the fuss, shall we? you don't mind a little diversion. I promise it won't be any worse than what Lilith had planned for you. But here we are. Here you are.
Hell's greatest imposter. Always too cowardly to face me himself.
Your time will come, Ryder. But today, my interests lie elsewhere.
You were too weak for this fight.
Judgment upon yourself.
No mercy! Servant of Lilith. Your mother abandons you.
Only a fool stands. This will be your end. None will be spared.
I am impressed.
Vengeance. Mindless followers.
They cannot possibly match your strength. Behold the light's gift. Let us see if they have an answer for this. Your fate. Feel my call. Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
Show no mercy.
Is no one else concerned about where we are?
It may look like hell, but don't believe your eyes.
Their time is short.
The darkness builds within you, Hunter.
You had your chance. I feel more like myself every day. The light is on our side.
My strength grows. Prepare. Fuel for the fire.
They must know my reputation.
More souls come from judgment.
I've encountered all sorts of unusual beings through the ages, but you, little hunter, are something truly unique.
Now that was something.
Make way for vengeance.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Suffer your crime.
With those powers, I would have guessed you were aligned with Lilith.
None will be forgotten.
More of them are joining the fight.
Though I had heard your little team was making trouble up there for Lilith.
You haven't seen anything yet. But your time.
Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
We will stoke the fires of hell with your soul.
This is a serious predicament for you.
My power grows. My power knows no limits.
Return to your mother. You were unprepared.
That's the last of them. but stay on your toes.
Already your efforts send shockwaves across the multiverse, Hunter. Your mother will be so proud.
I am just getting started.
Good. So am I.
Usurper! You forget. You are not the ruler of Limbo. I am!
Ileana, nicely done. You always were so gifted.
So gifted, you've stole me from my parents. Twisted me into a living weapon until I cast you from this very realm?
I mean, yes.
This is starting to sound familiar.
I have reopened Blaze's portal, as well as a few others. Leave, now. Mephisto and I have some catching up to do.
A minor inconvenience.
Of course. I thought I had lost you, child. I am pleased you... The page! He carries the page. Retrieve it for me!
Come and get it.
Out of the frying pan into the fire. I hope you've got some fight left in you.
Stop.
On that we are agreed. I have not shaken their confidence.
Welcome assistance. I will make you regret that.
They have not changed their plans.
Punish them together.
You make an excellent partner.
Good work.
We've done it. Excellent work.
They want.
I can already feel that page twisting inside me, you know? Who's to say I won't?
You are not Blaze, Robbie.
But I led you straight to him. Played right into his little game. If Ileana hadn't been there...
But I was there, Robbie. As you are always for me. It is time we go home.
I'm gonna find him. Blaze. And when I do...
He will know the true face of vengeance.
Johnny Blaze's master plan was to entrust the Parchment of Power to Mephisto. Bravo, Ghost Rider.
Mephisto is no one we wish to trifle with.
Look at me. You've gone through so much, and here I am getting comfort from you like a selfish jerk. Almost as bad as an Avenger.
You're not that bad, Ileana, I promise.
Liar. I might as well put on a cape and start calling myself Doctor.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You saw your tormentor today. That couldn't have been easy.
It's good to have you back, sister.
It's good to be back, sister. We'll finish this conversation later. Looks like someone wants to talk to you. She's all yours.
I was hoping you would find me. Come, sit. I need someone to talk to.
Mephisto was behind the Soulless. Why did you not tell me, Ileana?
Because I didn't know for sure. It was not easy to face him, you know. But the support of my friends, like you, gave me the strength to do it. In a way, I owe him everything, even though he took everything from me. He made me Darkchild, gave me the gift of ruling Limbo. And today, I booted him from it. And it wasn't the first time.
I would like to hear about the first time you expelled him from Limbo.
He did it to himself, really. Mephisto made the mistake of putting me in a position where I had to kill my only friends in order to prevent him from summoning the Elder Gods. I could not take it anymore, and found a way to teleport back to my parents. But it had been so many years that they didn't recognize me. In fact, they were terrified of me and called the police. So, I went back to Limbo, and used my own pain to form the Soul Sword. I used it to drive back Mephisto and take the throne. He was not expecting that. That's enough about him for today. We must look forward to the challenges that lay ahead.
Sleep well tonight, Ileana. You deserve it.
Good night, Hunter.
One time, I ate an entire Super Grande burrito in one sitting. Sour cream, guac, black beans. The whole thing sat right at the top of my gut for a day and a half. It's not the same as having a piece of the Darkhold stuck in your chest, but it also kinda is. Sucks about Blaze, though. They say never meet your idols. Not that I could blame you. Who wouldn't want to hang out with Johnny Blaze? Yeah, I wouldn't stress about it too much. My Aunt May has a saying. Living in worry invites death in a hurry. Yeah, and if you like that saying, she's got a lot more where that came from. I think she learns them from crypto quips in the newspaper. Hey, you should come over for dinner one of these days. You know, just to be friendly. It's always work, work, work around here. Oh, did Mephisto smell like rotten eggs? You missed a spot. Just kidding, you've covered all the spots about 50 times now. Look, feel free to say something if I'm getting on your nerves. That happens sometimes. I even get on my own nerves and have to say something. You can shut up now, Peter. You got it, Self. Sipping my lip. Do you ever get an insane craving for mac and cheese? Robbie's hero tried to sell us out?
I'm kind of busy right now.
Cleaning your car?
It's gotta be done. If I don't, no one else will.
You are hiding out here from everyone. I know this must be about Blaze, his betrayal.
I don't really want to hear his name right now.
If there is something you need to get off your chest...
You mean like the parchment? No, it's in there pretty snug. I'm doing great otherwise. It's not like any major life role models attempted to sell us out to Mephisto recently.
Robbie,
Thanks for checking on me, Hunter. Later. I just want to be alone right now. Thanks.
I see things are going well for you, too.
Mephisto is a real piece of work. He's like a hair metal lawyer or something.
The Parchment of Power is here, within the walls of the Abbey.
I assume you overheard Robbie or someone talking about it?
No. I could feel its power the moment it arrived. It was a numbing dread, the likes of which I have never experienced before. I worry for Robbie.
You do not think he can handle it?
Sarah and Strange probably won't bring this up around him, but that parchment is not just random Latin phrases. It contains the words of Chthon himself. They are as dangerous as nuclear weapons.
Do not worry. It is better to have the parchment protected here, with Robbie in the Abbey, than out there in the world.
Maybe you're right. But knowing it's so close to us still makes me uneasy.
The page will not be with Robbie long. If Stark's plan succeeds, we will be rid of Chthon's only toehold in our world.
Perhaps. The parchment is just one page of many, all carrying Chthon's vile message. Those pages were scattered across the globe. The hope was that they would remain hidden forever. Yet man, in his infinite wisdom, decided to collect them and bind them into the Darkhold.
And now Robbie has the final page.
I pray he is strong enough to carry it. Set's challenge will be the hardest. Are you ready?
I am ready. Where Wanda failed, I will succeed.
That's my Hunter. Good luck, dear.
Whoa.
If you remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother, Set, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder Gods, including Chthon, the path towards their own corruption.
You had your chance. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed. I am impressed. You were too weak for this fight. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. Hardly a scratch.
I don't think we'll be seeing any Serpent Men, but in his heyday, Set created his own personal army, much like Lilith and her children. He seemed to have an unusual fascination with Earth's various reptile species.
In the light. This shall be of great help. You have earned it. This is a serious predicament for you. Your time has come. Your mother abandons you. They cannot possibly match your strength.
If you believe everything an old witch will tell you, when the now corrupt Set descended upon the Earth, he used the prevailing reptiles of the time, dinosaurs, to create his physical form.
Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better? Now that was something. As a child, I feared the servants of Lilith. Now I teach them to fear me.
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when autumn came to destroy Set, the ensuing into extinction alongside their fallen admirer.
The untold price of being favored by the Elder Gods. Leave some for the rest of us. Leave some for the rest of us.
I wouldn't go so far as to say Set is pleased, but I'm sure you've piqued his interest.
This looks like Mr. Barnes again.
Break the wall, Hunter. I will be right here. After.
Set revels in his blessing. The Father of Serpents is smiling. Sarah?
Of all the things you weren't expecting, finding me here had to be near the top of the list.
Have you been following me?
On the contrary, kiddo, I think it's you that's been following in my footsteps. Speaking of which, have you been enjoying the trials? I'm not sure how you found your way down that path, but you've obviously impressed the gods, just like your mother and I did.
You are being much calmer than I expected about all this.
You aren't the first member of your family to sneak away and attempt the trials. I remember raising more than a few eyebrows on my run.
This from the favored daughter of Ashtar?
I always respected Ashtar, especially compared to some of her siblings.
And my mother?
I think she saw something of herself in Autumn, but she was never one to flatter the gods.
She seems to have no issue kneeling to Chthon.
Is that really what you believe, Hunter?
I cannot say.
At least you've kept an open mind. I'm not sure I would have.
I have tried to remain neutral until I know more.
If you've come this far, then there's really no point in hiding it anymore.
This place, sealed and hidden away beneath my mother's garden, this was you again. Something else you wanted to lock away.
Would you believe it's because I've been a stubborn old woman for far too many centuries?
Yes.
This may be difficult to understand given what you've been told, how you were raised. But your mother isn't the bastion of evil the world knows her to be.
Yes, I know she was not the mother of demons when she was with my father.
There's more to it than that. I told you of her work to find a cure for his illness. There was nothing she could do, and when he passed, she accepted his fate. But then, the corruption came for you.
I was sick? I do not remember that at all.
I'm not surprised, given the cure. You were so young, so vulnerable. Lilith was inconsolable. If she had been desperate to heal your father, she was now completely unhinged when it came to curing you.
But she did find a way.
We had thought to bury it in this place forever, safe from not just the greedy eyes of petty men like Shaw, but from ourselves.
The Darkhold.
Yes, and sensing your mother's desperation, the damn thing called out to her. There within its pages, Lilith found a way to protect her child. Straight from the Great Shadow himself, Chthon. And as payment, she pledged her eternal devotion to him, reborn as the mother of demons.
She gave herself to Chthon for me?
You were her only child, and she loved you more than anything else in this world. In her mind, it was no sacrifice at all. You were all that mattered.
And you still let me believe she was a monster?
For your protection, I only let you see her as she is now.
But what she became...
What she became, I barely recognized. She may have been your mother, but there was no way she could be your mother ever again.
And so you cast her out?
She was weakened from the transition. Some part of her soul still struggling with the corruption infecting her, I suppose. I knew I would only have the moment, and so I struck, drove her from the Abbey. From you. It was the only way I could protect you. In my mind and in my heart, I believed that the Lilith I knew would have done the same.
But then she came back.
Yes, it took her years, but she finally returned. Of course, by then, she had become something far different. The rest, as you know, is history. Until now. I thought by sealing this place, by avoiding the truth, that it would somehow make all of this easier. But I also knew someday we would have this conversation.
I need time to think about all of this.
I know it's a lot to consider. I don't expect you to take everything I've said at face value.
Thank you for finally sharing the truth, Sarah.
Thank you for listening, kiddo. Robbie's hero worship is among my chief worries these days. Despite my skepticism, you managed to retrieve the... Our allies and friends give me pause, Hunter. Keep an eye on Robbie and Wanda.
He hears me, but has no answers.
I'll save my congratulations for later. Right now, we're sitting on a landmine, and I'm not clear what we're going to do.
I hadn't intended on eavesdropping, dear, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Sarah.
Did you know about my mother?
Sarah was never any more forthcoming about Lilith with me than she has been with you. She must have felt it was safer to keep both of us in the dark.
At the cost of a great deal of pain and suffering.
You don't have to tell me, dear. Had I known what Sarah was hiding, maybe I wouldn't have pushed Wanda as hard as I did.
And to say nothing of what this did to you.
It may sound ridiculous, but if someone had to end up this way, I'm glad it was me. Can you imagine what a nightmare Sarah would be as a poltergeist?
That is true. We may have had another terror stalking the grounds had things gone differently.
And despite everything, I have to say, I'm glad we were able to spend this bit of extra time together, Hunter.
I enjoyed it too, Agatha.
I'm glad, dear. But there are still more secrets to discover, if you're interested.
More still? How will I know where to find them?
Oh, I'd say some combination of dumb luck and persistence? But in all seriousness, with Set's blessing, you'll be able to break down all sorts of things, I imagine. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just have fun, dear.
Final resting place of Yelena Nikovic. She was accused of sorcery as a child and left to fend for herself. A familiar story.
Stop being so defensive and listen to us, Robbie.
We're just worried about you, that's all.
No need to be worried. I got this.
I don't think you fully understand what you're carrying. The parchment packs a lot of evil.
And what? You don't think I can handle it? I'll have you know that you aren't the only one who has a corner on controlling darkness. Just ask Sparky.
We're just concerned.
Concerned? You're starting to sound an awful lot like Caretaker, Nico.
Since when did you become such a jerk?
Since he started carrying that damn page, that's
Why
when...
don't you worry about yourself, Blade?
Whatever you say, Robbie. Why don't you go find Peter?
Well, maybe I will. I'm out.
Well, we tried.
The parchment of power is no joke. Then again, neither is Robbie. Let's just hope he's right and he can handle it.
Yeah, let's hope.
Something about Jeremiah Kane's statue drew me. Guess it's that old spirit of vengeance connection, huh?
Like you, Kane carried more burdens than any one man should.
Yeah, so he knew how the big honor could also become a curse.
Do you feel you have been cursed?
Absolutely. I mean, it's awesome to be one of the Midnight Suns and have the incredible responsibility of carrying the parchment of power. But it also really sucks.
No one ever said our tasks would be easy, especially now.
I get it. It would just be nice if the price of failure wasn't, you know, the end of the world.
Blaze's betrayal probably soured your outlook.
About that. I keep thinking about what happened back in Limbo. Right before all the fighting broke out, when Blaze told me you were the key to the parchment, the prophecy, all of it. And that if we took you out, the world might survive.
Robbie...
I know what you're gonna say. Don't trust Blaze. I get it. Which is why I'm thinking I should read this parchment for myself and find out exactly what caused him to get so worked up about you.
The forces of the Parchment and the Darkhold are not to be trifled with, Robbie. You cannot expect to read the page the way you would a normal book.
Oh boy, here we go. More of that. This is beyond you, Robbie. I've been hearing this junk since I asked to see my first R-rated movie as a kid. Guess what? I snuck into those movies and I can sneak a peek at the parchment.
Trust me. This is not the same as childhood misbehavior. You are gambling not just with your life, but the lives of all those who love you.
Fine, forget it. I'm not gonna read the page. Happy now?
I am relieved, yes. But What are you going to do instead?
I'm gonna do what I normally do. Sit and worry. And hope Stark hurries up with whatever he's building in the forge.
That may take a while.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear you say that. After all this, I better get a statue of my own around here.
Are you all right?
Why would I not be?
We encountered Mephisto.
Duh.
I can listen if you need to talk.
I do not want to talk.
And I can listen to you say nothing for as long as you need.
I am all right, Hunter. No, that is a lie. I am not all right. But you thought to warn me. This I will not forget.
Just tell me.
I already told you.
That was just a bunch of hocus-pocus mumbo-jumbo. Authored by the hand of a corrupted elder god, vile, unspeakable evil power contained within its pages. I get it. The Darkhold is bad. But I'm a scientist. I need facts, examples, highlights, lowlights.
Are you really asking me for a book report on the Darkhold?
I mean, I could just blast the page to smithereens without knowing the context, but understanding it is so much more interesting.
Context or no context, I'm still skeptical that your plan will actually work.
Well, okay, then share your deep insights with me, Dr. Spooky. Come on, spill the beans.
I have no beans to spill, Tony. I think I need some fresh air.
I guess you're wondering why Strange and I were getting into it?
I saw enough.
He gets so huffy and precious when it comes to his magic stuff. Everything has to be shrouded in mystery, like he's on stage in Vegas or something. I think he's afraid I'm going to turn around and become an even greater sorcerer than he is.
Well, Tony, you are a bit competitive. I would not blame him for becoming a bit territorial as a result.
Aw, there's nothing wrong with a little friendly competition, is there?
I do not think Strange sees it as friendly.
Well, when he comes back, I'll try to smile bigger. Maybe that'll give him a hint.
Surely there is a way for you both to work together in harmony.
Oh, you'll never catch us in the same barbershop quartet. But, given enough time, I'm sure I can reverse engineer an Elder God's programming language. Sure, you may not be able to understand what I'm saying, but that's not my problem.
So you think the Darkhold is no different from some fabulous bit of technology?
Oh, absolutely. And like any other fabulous bit of technology, it's only a matter of time before I figure out how to do what I want to do with it. Every problem has a solution, my resurrected friend. And I'm going to find it.
It will be a challenge, but I know you can handle it.
Well, you don't have to tell me twice. Actually, you can tell me several times. I'm such a shameless sucker for praise.
And what about Strange? Are you going to let him sulk?
Oh, I'll find Dr. Spooky later, and explain my position clearly. Make sure he understands.
It might help if you stop calling him Dr. Spooky.
Yeah, you're right. I should use his name. Stephen Spooky.
I give up.
Well, don't give up yet. You need to get the research going on the Gamma Accelerator. I've got the pieces and Dad's research, and I'm ready to go. I'm serious about getting the research started. Parchment isn't going to blow itself up.
You want the magic highlights, Tony? Here's your highlight.
Careful, Stephen. Keep your thumb outside your fist when you punch. It's hard to cast the crimson bands of Sidorak with a broken finger.
I must say this workout brings quite an intoxicating feeling of power. Not unlike the first time I cast the flames of the Faltine.
Ancient spells are cool and all, but sometimes it's just good to hit something.
And if this bag wasn't here, I'd be punching Tony.
Things are so crazy, I'm sure Tony's currently studying up on ancient defensive spells.
To defend himself from me? Ha! He can certainly try. Careful, Hunter. Punches are flying fast around here. I came out here to cool down. Carol kindly suggested I work out my frustrations on the punching bag. Her suggestion was wise.
I'm afraid I know the source of your frustrations.
If you think this source has got salon-sculpted facial hair and an ego the size of Montana, then you are correct.
As usual, you have displayed keen wisdom by putting several rooms between yourself and Stark.
At this point, if I even hear the sound of his feet on the stone, I'll sock it to him, as the kids say these days.
Try to maintain that healthy distance. That is all I ask.
The problem with Tony is that he's too cavalier. I suppose that attitude has contributed to his success, but he can't do it with the arcane. It's a completely different realm. One that will deal him a brutal defeat if he doesn't change his ways.
You do not think he can destroy the Parchment of Power?
I don't think he understands just what the page represents. His whole life has been ones and zeros. The forces that shaped the Darkhold were powerful long before numbers or technology. They exist outside of the theory of relativity or quantum mechanics. They are elemental and esoteric as the rules of the dream space.
I hope the two of you can reach an understanding.
If he wants to work things out, he knows where to find me. Hopefully, my aggressions will have been worked out by then. That'll show him.
Acunis ad sepulchrum, nam hac in hora, tutela contra inferna vocat, paper potestatum, offerte molem omni noxa, iram et tristis, que psycho.
Agatha, what are you doing?
Casting a protection spell over the Abbey. Now that we are in possession of the Parchment of Power, we must be vigilant in guarding against its influences.
What can I do to help?
You can't. This is a very rare form of sorcery, practiced only by those who have passed from this realm. But you can watch over the others. This spell will only prevent the worst type of harm the parchment can inflict, but can't stop it from making mischief completely.
Mischief? What sort of mischief?
There's no way of knowing for sure. But if there's one thing I am sure of, it's this. The words etched onto the page were written by Chthon himself. Not even my magic can silence them. They will affect us, if only in whispers. I mean, they're probably affecting us right here, right now, and won't stop. Not until Stark finally manages to nuke it from space.
Then there is hope.
There sure is. But until that happens, we need to protect ourselves. Speaking of, I should really finish this incantation. The spell cannot be completed without it.
I will leave you to it then.
Sleep well, Hunter. If you can.
Are you finally beginning to understand now? Family protects one another. Family loves one another. Family would do anything to save one another. Is that not what these heroes of yours preach? Then why abandon you at the doorstep of that wretched pretender Mephisto, my precious child?
After the traitor Blaze betrayed me to that demon, Robbie would not leave my side. Ileana tore through reality itself to find me. I am here now because of their actions, not yours.
Then for once I am grateful to them. Still, I fear you have traded one problem for another. Say what you will about Johnny Blaze, but his soul is one of the strongest I have ever encountered. He has carried the parchment for decades without succumbing to its call, battled angels and demons alike, and rattled the thrones of far too many gods.
It almost seems like you admire him.
I simply state the facts. Now he is free of the page. and another takes on the mantle of its guardian.
Robbie.
Do you really think he will prevail over the parchment of power?
You are right, Mother.
I am?
Robbie will never be Johnny Blaze. He will become something far greater. I gladly place my fate and that of the world in his hands.
My original offer still stands. If you truly value your friend, relieve him of his burden and surrender the parchment to me. Ignore my warning, and Blaze's betrayal will be a fond memory compared to what is coming next.
I hope the others slept better than I did.
No, that can't be. I had that dream too.
Maybe it was something we ate.
Don't you mean someone?
I don't know. This stinks of a hex or a curse or something.
If we all had the same nightmare, does that mean we all share the same subconscious neurosis?
God, I hope not.
The probability of every single one of us walking the same dream state is 1,000,000,000,000,000 to 1. It must mean something.
Yeah, it means we might want to have a little chat with our friendly neighborhood hunter.
Oh, I knew I should have let Mr. Murdoch copyright that for me.
I still can't get that image out of my mind.
Same here, and that's saying a lot these days.
I'm sure there's a logical explanation for this all.
There is... the parchment.
I knew that page would find a way of messing with our heads.
Or maybe it was warning us about you-know-who.
Did you have the dream?
What dream?
I'm here if you want to talk about it.
I'm assuming you had the same dream last night as the rest of us.
I'm pretty sure I did not. What was it?
I'll let Wanda tell you. She's better at communicating those kinds of things. All I can say is, what I saw last night made me worry about you.
This is 100% Lilith. She is sowing the seeds of distrust between us by manipulating our dreams.
I was just thinking that. I was also thinking it could be the page, messing with our heads.
It is possible. The full effects of the Parchment of Power have gone largely unstudied.
And they will remain unstudied. Honestly, I can't wait for it to be destroyed.
So, you are not going to read it?
Hell no. And not just because I suspect it's giving me bad dreams. Because I know whatever Blaze read set him off so hard that he betrayed us.
Are you afraid of reading the page because you think you would betray us, Robbie?
Kinda. Yeah.
I do not think you ever could. You are made of stronger stuff than Blaze.
Thanks, Hunter. It makes me feel better. But I'm still not chancing it. I think Wanda wants to talk to you. I should stop monopolizing your time and let her get a word in. Oh, and Hunter?
Yes, Robbie?
Take care of yourself, okay? Like, really take care.
I always do. What is everyone so upset about?
A nightmare. We all had the same one last night, and it has unnerved us. Wondering if you had the same one too. Would be weird if you were the only one in the Abbey who didn't.
I am surprised a nightmare has shaken the lot of you up so easily.
Not just a nightmare, Hunter, but a shared nightmare. About you.
What? What about me?
Let's just say you... something threw you above us. Your face twisted in what could only be described as extreme agony. And that's as far as I want to remember. I don't want to freak you out. I mean, it was just a dream, right?
We both know nothing is just a dream, especially these days.
Let's hope this one was. We should probably stop talking now. Everyone is staring.
They are staring?
Yep.
They really are frightened, are they not?
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, everyone here is just as afraid of me as they are of you.
The parchment's days are numbered, Hunter. Come down to the forge.
Lilith's messing with our minds, right? Because that dream was too real. Maybe I shouldn't be so gung-ho about you confronting Lilith.
Let's address the spooky elephant in the room. Dreams are weird, huh?
Come on over, Hunter. I'm slinging some hot, fresh parchment blasting tech here.
Is this it? Is this the thing that will destroy the parchment?
You better believe it. That's the Gamma Accelerator, plus a few tips taken from dear old Dad's notes, plus a few crucial adjustments, plus some revolutionary new tech created on the fly.
Are you sure it will work?
I'm sure you've got a million questions. Come to the war room and you can hear my full spiel. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Oh, you are gonna love this.
Lilith is toying with our emotions and our minds because she is desperate for the parchment. She is frightened of us.
It was all a dream, right, Hunter? Next time, could you dream of literally anything else? I'll even take one of those dreams where we're all late to class.
Anytime now, Tony.
Yeah, you're being a little extra you right now.
Forgive me if I'm a little excited that another one of my brilliant, one-of-a-kind inventions will thwart the apocalypse. Again.
Uh-huh. What's the plan? Only reason to listen to Tony is to get directions to the rap party.
You believe the cause is lost?
Didn't say that. Did not say that either. I've seen the world end a few times, and I'm still here to talk about it.
That is not saying much. You have a healing factor.
We can't all be born as unlucky as me.
Lilith has marked us all. I'm tempted to say our fate is in her hands.
Fate. The other F word.
Scoff if you would like. Lilith believes in destiny. The problem is, we believe in our own destinies too.
You sound like Steve.
My words are my own, not Captain America or Lilith's.
Steve's a good thing. Especially with what we gotta do. One thing we can agree on, hell ain't coming. Hell is already here.
And it is not taking any prisoners.
Time to stop running from it and start running toward it. Weird dreams, huh? Probably just the end of the world jitters. You get used to them.
Seems like everyone had a restless night. I hate to ask this, but are you all right?
I was going to ask the same of you.
I won't lie. I'm a little shaken. The dream, nightmare we all had of you.
The one everyone had, but no one will tell me about?
Let's just say you should be grateful to have your collar to protect you.
Protect me from what, exactly?
Your mother, Hunter. Who else? If it wasn't for that collar, who knows how she might be able to manipulate you? I wouldn't put it past her to invade your dreams, the way I think she just invaded ours last night.
Or maybe these dreams you had are just the parchment's influence.
No, Hunter. It was more than that. I felt her evil presence. I can still feel it lingering.
Sarah, have you considered that your sister is not as bad as you like to think?
No, I haven't. And I can't believe you would even suggest something like that. Maybe I was right to be worried about you. Sorry for snapping. It's just... In any case, best to keep our wits about us. I just don't want anything to happen to you, kiddo.
I don't like to say that I do my best work under pressure, but I think this time, I even amazed myself.
This is impressive. You did this work incredibly fast.
chug a few Stark drives and there's nothing you can't speed through. Hopefully the sugar crash doesn't hit me while we're destroying the page.
If you manage to stop the prophecy, I will be the first to sing your praises.
So you're promising karaoke. I'm gonna hold you to that, Hunter. This thing won't fail.
What about your father's research? Do you feel comfortable using it as the basis for this canon?
I'm only perfecting the stuff he started. It's like I took all the skeletons out of my family closet, dusted them off, and now they're going to do community service.
Is it powered by skeletons?
Don't worry, figure of speech. No actual skeletons in there, just massive amounts of gamma radiation. Our friend Banner thought he was going to use it to get supercharged. But this thing's going to shut his team down, permanently.
Let us keep our attention on destroying the parchment. We can deal with the Hulk after.
Oh, come on! I know multitasking probably wasn't a thing in your olden times, but it's the only way I get stuff done. Plus, I can't get Banner out of my mind.
So, what now?
Now comes the hard part, explaining my plan to the team. I wonder if I have time to whip up some diagrams. People love diagrams.
Hey, if anyone sees Robbie, tell him I bought popsicles. He can eat those, right?
Robbie said the mirror table can show you your greatest fear. I mean, I'm not actually nervous, but do you think he was joking?
Ah, I see you have been reunited with your grimoire.
Actually, it's my diary. I'm not ready to be reading spellbooks again. At least not yet.
Making a new entry?
I am.
About what?
About you, actually.
I do hope it is an entry about my last victory, crushing Hydra and Lilith bones.
It's actually more about what a great friend you've been to me since I came back. You were the first person since Agatha who believed in me. I mean, really believed in me. So, I'm setting it in ink because I never want to forget how you took a chance on me.
Do not forget about Nico and Magic. It was their love for you that brought you back to the Abbey.
As I remember, you had a pretty big part in that too. Your friendship means more than you know. Although I'm still not sure I deserve it sometimes.
What makes you say that?
Because I'm dangerous.
But you know that is exactly what makes you a formidable sorceress on the battlefield.
Sure, but it also makes me potentially deadly to my friends. I mean, what if I'm conjuring some spell or hexed some hellhound and accidentally hurt you? I couldn't live with myself.
I am the Hunter, Slayer of Lilith, Scourge of Hydra. I stalk the dreams of the Dark Legion. I am the boogeyman nest mothers tell their little Lilin about when they want to keep them in line.
I don't think nest mothers have baby demons, but the message is clear. Not to mention adorbs.
There's nothing adorbs about me.
I get it. You're as tough as Teflon.
I do not know what Teflon is, but yes, I am as tough as they come. I doubt you could hurt me.
Let's hope you're right. I don't want to be the cause of any more pain for anyone, ever again.
Except for Hydra. It is okay to cause them pain.
Right. They're the exception.
And Shadowhounds, Nest Mothers, lower-level Lilin, and Lilith. Do not forget to hurt them, too.
Okay. I get your point.
I hope so. Because we need you, Wanda. We need you to bring the pain. Just be sure to aim it in the right direction, and you... we all will be fine.
Thanks, Hunter. You make me feel needed, and sometimes that's your own special brand of magic.